Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I should say good day, guys, because I don't know when this video is going to be going up. On this week's video, we are doing a meals of the week. What's for dinner? So I'm going to start by reintroducing myself. My name is Linda, and if you're new here, I am trying to figure out from scratch cooking and homesteading, but my journey has taken a slight pause as we figure out life, because we definitely know now that we will be buying another house, and that move is going to take place around June. So with that being said, I really don't think I'm going to have a garden this year, which is okay, because I will just buy all the farm fresh produce from the people all around my area, from their farms. So I will definitely support local people and definitely get lots of hopefully really good price stuff. And this right here is my first time ever cooking with a whole chicken. I did not think my family was going to eat it all because they don't like chicken on the bone. But when I say there was none left, there was none left. And I definitely want to pull out my whole chicken I have, another one, and let that baby defrost all night so we can do another one, because that was a really good meal. And definitely you guys, I'm really rusty on the meals of the week. That was all I got from that. So then we move on to the next day. I do repurpose that. We smashed it all. We ate all the meat, and I repurpose it for chicken noodle soup, which you do see me doing. I'm a little rusty on doing these. I haven't done one for a while, I feel. So I'm just a little, like I didn't make sure I got the after shots. I was very rusty. So just hang with me while I get back in the swing of things. Here I did a French strawberry cake. And I did the French strawberry cake because we had these strawberries that were going to go bad, and we could have ate them, but it was just like getting down to the nitty gritty at crunch time. And I thought, why not? I was Googling recipes, and I didn't want to do a streusel or anything like that. So I found this recipe. Definitely thought it was going to be a lot better than it was. I probably won't remake this. It was good, but it was not my favorite. Like, I don't know. It just wasn't a very good recipe. And no fault of its own. Maybe somebody else's taste buds will say it is delicious. But we definitely are working through it, and I make it. And you want to know what? It was really fun to make, as you're going to see here, because look at it. It says whip the sugar and the butter together for like 7 minutes. So while it's a whipping, because you're going to see it get light and fluffy, which I thought was pretty cool. So this is just a whipping away. So, and we'll talk while this is whipping about my foreseeable future. I don't want to go too much into it with the children because this is their life, but we've come into a million billion problems in this town, and we've only been here for a month and a half. So I do not like the school bus system. I have never been anywhere where you could not have free transportation to school or from school. I never have ever lived anywhere where the parents are supposed to put their work schedule around the school times. That's not doable for either me or my husband. So my mom's been taking them, and they've been going late, which then leads to problems with the truancy officer, and then leads to problems like that school is not a very good school. I am so taken aback by what's going on, because I don't want to put my kids' business out there, but just know it's not good. And we are dealing with it, but it's just a headache. And that also goes to then like the town itself. We are literally right next to a business, literally right next to a business that stays open until like midnight on some nights, and 2 a.m. I don't know if it ever stays open at 2 a.m., but it doesn't matter. When I leave my driveway, I don't want a bunch of cars parked out front of it. And I'm telling you, they flood the streets. They don't just flood the parking lot. So that's a negative. Then we have a stop sign right outside our house. The landlord's a little off. We have a room that stays locked in our house. It's just one thing after another, and I'm not talking bad about the townspeople. I'm just saying they are not welcoming of outsiders. So then that puts a bad taste in my mouth. Definitely do not want to stay here. Our kids want to get out. They don't like it. So I do feel bad in the sense I cannot give them the same stability my mother gave me by switching schools so much. And it's really not so much because in 6th grade, we moved up to the Rapids. They were there, and then this is switching, and then switching again. But the children do not like this area and how the people have been welcoming them or us. It's just put a bad taste in our mouth. So we're going to cut our losses and move because it's just much better to take care of what we have to take care of to be able to buy a house. So I'm thinking we'll be into the new house by June, but I am going to backlog and start recording more. I've been a little depressed, so I haven't been recording on my off days. Yesterday I was off and I literally sat on the couch all day. I've just been down. And I'm going to try to pull myself out of that because it's just, I don't know if it's the town. I don't know if it's the house. Let's not even get started because I do feel this house has some spiritual problems. So I don't know what it is, but I'm going to try to fix it. And there she goes into the oven. I didn't like too much sugar up top. Then I screwed up and was trying to, my kids wanted some. It wasn't all the way cool. It's not a very thick cake. Like obviously you whip the butter and the freaking sugar for a million minutes. This is just not it. But I am telling you that it is a beautiful cake. It is absolutely gorgeous. But I am making blueberry muffins today. So I'm trying to get back into me and finding the things I like to, like try and find me who I was up north. And I am still that same person. It's just with a million billion things. The sale of our house, the school problems, I'm switching jobs again. I'm still within the same company. I'm just transferring to a job closer to our home. So it's just literally like never ending. So I'm going to try. I don't have a lot of hours this next week. Well, I do, but there are longer days, more days off. So whatever. But here we pulled this chicken apart. And we made chicken salad sandwiches and repurposed the rest of the chicken left on the bones. And then I used that chicken stock for our chicken noodle soup, which was delicious. So I definitely want to do that. That was a lot of salt. I definitely want to do that. I don't think I'm going to pull the chicken out tonight. Maybe I will because then tomorrow we can have our leftover pulled pork, which I did not film, for lunch for like pulled pork nachos. Those are so delish. Like I might even have some today for lunch. We'll see what my kids want. And then I was so not in the mood to peel carrots. Like I'm telling you guys, I'm just off. So I bought the baby carrots and I said good enough because they worked just fine. It was just been a lot. But I think once we move and once I start looking for houses, I think I'm going to be happy because it's not like, oh yay, my own house. What it is just like, I don't have to deal with this house and whatever's going on in it. And I don't have to deal with the locked room in our house like that we can't access. My electric bill, let's talk about that. My electric bill for 1 month in this house is $500. What? $500? And you want to know what? He has a refrigerator plugged in downstairs and in that locked room. How do we not know I'm paying for you to run a huge spyware program? Like, come on, I can't do it. So like, it's just all very too much. And Beast is my baby and he just always unplugs my phone. He's laying right on top of me right now. But I'm just saying it's all been too much and I definitely am just a little down about it. But I think it will get better. I thought I was dying from something going on with my tooth infection, but I went to the doctor today. I got antibiotics and I'm not dying. So, you know, I'm surviving. Just a lot going on personally. And it will get better. It will get better. But we're shredding up that chicken. That was just chicken breast. Now this I love. I just put the chicken breast inside that chicken broth. That morning I worked at 5. Look at that. Look at the color of that broth. Like, it's just, I'm so happy with that. I definitely want to can my beans too, you guys. I should do that this week too, because like I said, I do have some more days off and I should do that. But I did not. You'll see I got a new tripod thingy. I'm going to show you guys. You'll see the view. When we get there, you'll notice. And then that happened. My husband purchased that for me because Beast ate my last little tripod I had, so I definitely needed a new one for different angles, and I'm so glad that he was able to get that for me. This is another one that I did not film the end of how it looks. So far, I only filmed the end of the French cake. But definitely, I'm going to get better and remember to film the end process. And like I said, we'll just struggle. This is my first struggle video of meals of the week. And this wasn't that bad. The lady I found this recipe from, who had it, was green. What was it? She had the green cabbage. So it was the green cabbage, and then she just literally cut it up, put it in a baking dish. I did 9 by 13. I sprinkled avocado oil because that's what I had. She said you could use olive oil. And then she used seasoning salt and pepper. I didn't have seasoning salt, so I used salt, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper. And then she says when it cooks, it releases the pepperonis you put on top, release the oils into it. And this was actually really good. I made this just for me. I didn't obviously eat the whole pan, but I mean, it's cabbage. So even if I did eat the whole pan, who cares? And then you cook it down, and it wasn't bad. I do not know if I would make it again, but I think I will try it again with the green cabbage. But I wanted to use this up. So definitely that's what I was doing, is using it up. And then here we are with our smothered pork chops. I do have pork chops. I should make this recipe again. What my problem was is I did not have heavy cream the day I made this. I only had nothing. So I just had stock. I didn't even have onions for this, nothing. So I used minced onions inside of my recipe. Everybody said the gravy was fabulous. It was so funny. My husband did not want potatoes this night, and so I ended up chucking what was left over. By the time he got home, they were instant mashed potatoes. That's why I threw them away. I have to take a drink. Hold on. And then when he had his pork chop, he was so cute. He had his pork chops and he goes, well, I'll take some potatoes with it, with the gravy. And I'm like, honey, you said you didn't want the potatoes, so I chucked them. But the gravy was so good. I want to try it with heavy cream. And now I had to go buy heavy cream for my favorite comfort food, which is, help me think of it, guys. It is la-di-da, my favorite comfort, sausage and potato soup. I'm going to make a fresh bread loaf. I am filming this. I do believe I have this recipe somewhere else, but I want to film my bread recipe with it. I was thinking about doing the cheesy jalapeno artesian bread, and then also using that for, like, I don't know if I will. Last time I cut it open too soon. I got to let it cool. And right now it's like 9. So my bread would probably, with all the times it takes to rise, I definitely am going to do it. And I have jalapenos. I could throw a jalapeno in my soup too. So I need that for comfort to my soul. And here I just left the video recorder while it browned. Pork is good. We still want to check out the meat market, but I've been slowly spending our food stamps that, like, I try to save it. I still have like over 150 on there, but I've just been trying to save it for when we can go to the meat market and buy meat and then figure it out. Because I'm telling you, I don't know, my hours, my money hasn't been right since we've been here. I have not liked the place that I've worked. The people that I've worked with were fine for however they are. There's just not the same standards that I was used to at my job. I transferred from Rapids to Pewaukee. Now I'm transferring from there, Pewaukee, to my next store. They weren't living the standards that my store was living up north. That was a big adjustment. It's just all been an adjustment. It's been a bumpy ride, and I'm not ungrateful. This is what I'm going to say. I am extremely grateful for this house. It's played its part in keeping us together. But I definitely think with the sale of our other house, we need to buy another house. So then it's just good to have a little nest egg. With the house sells, you make a little bit money, you put the money back into fixing whatever you need to fix, and then you have the money left over to buy another house. So I am very grateful for what this house has played its part in our life. Yeah, big old scoop of garlic because I didn't have any fresh garlic, which is fine. You want to know what? For me, having absolutely nothing to make this meal with, it turned out absolutely beautiful. So and the taste was top notch. So that made me happy. I was thinking about today, maybe should I make homemade macaroni and cheese? But then I thought, I still could make the homemade macaroni and cheese and do that with the dinner we're having tonight. I forgot what I was making. I'm going to do I call it ring bologna, but it's not. It's like smoked sausage. So I was doing ring bologna cut up and fried, which I'm not going to film. And then I was thinking doing a homemade macaroni and cheese as a side dish with it. And then I was thinking of doing corn, because then we'll have the sausage and potato soup, and then we'll also have the bread with that. And then I was going to do blueberry muffins. So I do have a big, long day of baking ahead of me, and I'm going to film it. If I decide to do macaroni and cheese, I will bring you guys with me. If I do not do macaroni and cheese, you won't see that dinner video. You'll just see my sausage and kale and my homemade bread, because that one is so good. I'm like, everybody's got to try it. Look at my first time ever doing, and I did leave them sit in there for 3 hours after they were fully cooked and just let them soak in that juice. Now, here on this night, I did homemade smash burgers, and I'm not too sure, I don't know. I just know the smash burgers are extremely thin. My kids like them. I don't know. I don't have a real recipe for this. I used 2 pounds of hamburger, 1 pound of Italian sausage. I did onion powder, salt, slap your mama, pepper, and then I don't have any measurements. I just threw it in there, and then I mush it all up. This is the new view I'm talking about. So this is when I first used for filming for my new tripod, and it's my point of view, which is cool. I just have to get used to it. And so with doing these smash burgers, this night we went all out and had the smash burgers. Let me see here. I know I did pretzel bites, and those I get from the food pantry. I have not been able to go to the food pantry for 2 weeks in a row due to school problems. It's been a great time, guys. I could have, but I was just overwhelmed. I was downpouring yesterday. I was overwhelmed with everything we're dealing with, and I was just not in the mood to go. But we did still have pretzel bites from 3 weeks ago from my last time going. I try not, we eat them, we love them, but if you have it too much, then you're just not going to eat the rest of it. So that's why it's lasted so long. But it was delicious. And so get rid of those. This one has a lot of edits because I feel like if I'm moving around too much, it might make you guys dizzy when I am switching angles and when I fast forward it. And I just fold that parchment paper or whatever that is, and I, butter up my little flat top. I love that thing. I remember I bought it for $20. And now we're just smushing. And that's all you do. I feel like a little short order cook when we do it. But you just smush them all down, and then they cook super fast too. And I don't know why they say that you have to keep them in a ball until you put them on there, and then you smush. They all have a little different shape, but it's okay. They got eaten. I personally don't eat smash burgers. I'm not big on meat. I had potato salad, the Bob Evans macaroni and cheese, and some pretzel bites. I made these because now watch when you see all those burgers, you're gonna be like, you didn't eat any. No, because you then take it and you double it up, and that's what makes a smash burger. I heard is that it's on The cheese is in the middle. I don't know. But I found this recipe, and my kids didn't like our burgers on the grill because they were too thick. And so they like them all smashed like that, thinner burger patties. So, I mean, either way, they ate it. It was a good dinner. I did definitely have some bites, though, of my son's burger he didn't finish because each person then gets 4 patties, 2 burgers, and that makes a lot and makes them full. So that was our spread for the night. Thank you for watching.